And welcome, welcome. Hello, Charisse. Hello. Good. Well, it's afternoon right now. Good afternoon, Renee. All right, I'm seeing people in the chat. They're coming in. If you could do me a favor, just put a 1 in the chat if you can see me, hear me, and see the screen. Just to make sure you can go ahead and get started. Perfect. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right, so I think we are good to go. So welcome to another NJThrives small business webinar. These are weekly webinars that we've created to help New Jersey small business owners start, grow, and thrive. Now, I'm your host, Christian Pichardo, NJSBDC Program Coordinator and Marketing Consultant, as well as CEO at NolumaMedia.com. Now, here at the America's New Jersey Small Business Development Centers Network, we're a statewide program powered by the SBA and partners, such as one of our guests who's coming on that we'll mention in a few. And we help small businesses in New Jersey with 3 things. 1 is no-cost small business consulting. 2 is training and events starting at $0, just like this one. And exclusive small business resources. So today, our agenda, we're going to go over a couple of headlines. We get into the webinar right after that, and then we'll have a short Q&A session towards the end. But first, we have a special guest, Anthony Martinez. He's over at the New Jersey Business Action Center. I'd like to welcome him and to talk a little bit about what the NJSBDC does. And they've been incredible partners. So how are you, Anthony?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anthony Martinez, and I'm a small business advocate with the New Jersey Business Action Center. So let me just give you all a brief overview of the New Jersey Business Action Center and what we do. We work out of the Secretary of State Department, and within our department, there's 3 offices dedicated to assisting small businesses such as yourself. There's the Office of Business Advocacy that provides site assistance. So if you're a new or existing business looking for a location or looking to relocate and you know your specs, like what you're looking for, your square footage, or if you need a loading dock or a bay, things of that nature, we can assist with that. Also, the Office of Business Advocacy also assists with project management assistance. So if you're building a building and things of that nature, okay? So then our second office is the Office of Small Business Advocacy, which is where you'll find me. So we do the same. We provide site assistance and we provide government assistance. So if you're a business that's looking to do business with the state, if you want to become small business enterprise or minority business enterprise or women business enterprise or veteran-owned business or disabled veteran-owned business enterprise certified, we can assist you with those applications. Also, if your business, your service or your product that you sell is regulated by the state, we can assist you with obtaining those state licenses. Okay, and lastly, we also help you find financial resources. Now, we're not a lender and we don't have money, but we have a great relationship with the EDA, the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, the state lender in our sister state agency. And we have a great relationship with the CDFI microlenders up and down the state, the Community Development Financial Institutions and microlenders. And then our last office within our the Business Action Center is the Office of Export Promotion. So, and they assist with anything that has to do with exporting. If you have a business and you want to export, anything out of the state, they can assist you with an export plan, marketing, identifying global export markets, guiding you through foreign custom procedures and things of that nature. And they also have a grant, the New Jersey State Trade Expansion Program grant, that can be used for things like attending its international trade shows, or translating your marketing materials, or even translating your website. So that grant can be used for that. That's the STEP grant. So we provide, the three things, I like to think the three things that small businesses need, right? We need site assistance, we need government assistance, and we need financial resources. So that's what we help do. Also, we connect you to our sister state agencies. We have a great working relationship with, the New Jersey Small Business Development Centers, hence, my speaking here, with Treasury, with the Division of Revenue and Enterprise Services, taxation, the Department of Labor, the Division of Consumer Affairs, the Department of Community Affairs, all our sister state agencies. We have contacts there, and we have a great working relationship with them. Can you change to my slide, please?
Sure. So I don't have your slides on here. You
right.
can go ahead and share your screen. I can stop sharing my screen.
I don't have access to it. I'd have to look for it right now. Anyway, I did put it in the chat that if you need, our assistance, go to business.nj.gov. And you can even ask to speak to me. You can call our 1-800-Jersey-7 number. Además, hablamos en español, so tenemos, le podemos, ¿cómo se dice? Proveer la asesoría en español. So we speak Spanish, and there's other Spanish-speaking reps on the live chat and the 1-800-Jersey-7 number that can help Spanish-speaking folks. And pretty much that's it for me. Again, and my all my contact information is in the chat. You can reach out to me directly. My email is there as well, anthony.martinez@sos.nj.gov. Again, don't forget the business.nj.gov or the 1-800-Jersey-7 number if you have any business-related questions. Okay? Thank you. Thank you for
Awesome.
inviting us.
Absolutely, Anthony. Thank you for joining. Will you be sticking around in the chat?
Yes, I'll be sticking around for a little bit.
Awesome. So for anyone that's curious about or has any questions for NJBAC, remember, this is your state of New Jersey that is helping you with your small business. So put any questions into the chat while we have Anthony here. Yeah, thank you again, Anthony, for joining.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. So jumping into small business headlines of the week, in Mercer County, for our first, we haven't had many new grants pop up, but this one for Mercer County is a small business grant program that's now accepting applications. So they had just announced it opened applications February 1st. So this was a little bit over a week ago. And the program is to provide $3.5 million in the ARPA funds directly to Mercer County small businesses who have likely experienced hardship from the COVID-19 disaster. So if you're a business based in Mercer County, please make sure to go ahead and get to the link. We're going to drop all the links for all these news articles into the chat, so you can go ahead and visit them after the webinar. Number 2, so I'm not going to click this one because we never got a event site for registration. This is sort of just click and you get to join, but we're going to put the link to this down below. I would just save this into your own calendar for your own reminder. But on March 8th, the NJ Department of Labor is going to have a Lunch and Learn webinar on wage and hour topics. Now, for those of you who don't know, there is a new minimum wage that took effect this year. I do have a PDF here that details that, the changes. So if you're interested, you can send me an email at info@njsbdc.com. We can go ahead and send that over to you. But basically, it's this line right here, January 1st, 2023. You'll see that. And we do have a contact that we could forward any questions to over at the New Jersey Department of Labor. So that's there for you. Third one on the list here, more of a reminder that plastic bags, and I never know how to pronounce this word, polystyrene, something foam, but they're being
Polystyrene,
banned. There we go.
polystyrene.
Thank you.
I did the commercials.
Polystyrene.
I did the commercials in English and in Spanish.
Oh, you had to practice.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did.
I didn't have that time. So polystyrene foam for food service products. So this is going to be banned. It's going to be taking effect on May 4th, or went into effect May 4th. So just as a reminder, keep this in mind. And last but not least, again, just sort of a resource that if you did not know, it's good to have. The financing and incentives page over at the NJEDA.com gives you a great list of programs where may or may not be relevant to your business, but there's always something new to find here. So I would advise to regularly come back to this site and see what makes sense for your business. And if you don't know which one makes sense for your business, you could always talk to the NJSBDC, get a no-cost one-on-one consultation with one of our experts, and they can go through this with you and see which one your business could use. So those are all of the headlines for today. Now, before we jump into the webinar, just want to give you two things to keep in mind. First is please type your questions into the Q&A box. As you can see, there's wonderful engagement in the chat. Love that you guys are sharing your businesses and some of your contact information. So that's great. But when you ask questions, it might get lost in all those conversations. So just please put your questions into the Q&A so that way we can sift through them. And number two is please complete a 3-minute survey. So once this webinar closes out, you're going to be redirected automatically to a 3-minute survey. Literally takes 3 minutes. I've timed myself. And after you submit that, you'll get access to the webinar resources and the presentation of today's speaker. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Phillip Woolfolk, and he is the COO at the African American Chamber of Commerce. This is in celebration of Black History Month. We're here to empower small business owners. And yeah, you can go ahead and take it away. How are you, Phillip?
I'm doing great, Christian. Thanks for having me. So as Christian
Absolutely.
indicated, I am the Chief Operations Officer for the African American Chamber of Commerce in New Jersey. I'm going to just basically go over just one slide that I have just to kind of note some of the programs that the Chamber has to offer. You have that slide there, Christian? So we have a number of programs that we offer, that we implement and execute across the state. I'll speak about a couple of them here. We have the T-Mobile Assurance Wireless Program, which is a partnership with our member T-Mobile, and that is basically to be able to offer cellular service and wireless services to low and moderate income people at a discounted rate. And all of these programs, you would be able to get more detailed information on each of them at our website, which is www.AACCNJ.com. We also have the Small Bond Readiness Program, which is a program to basically help minority contractors to go through and get to the point where they can be bonded, so they can be opened up and have the access to bid on public contracts. We recently launched a Training and Development Institute, which is basically a training and development program to upskill our community. A lot of folks need training on really basic skills, critical thinking, and some more detailed training as it relates to specific like Microsoft Office and those kinds of things. So we have a training program that we put together to really work on upskilling that we think will go a long way to mitigate some of the challenges that folks may have with regard to employment. In addition to that, we have the Equitable Small Business Initiative, which is our loan program that really focuses on relief funding, in terms of micro lending, providing loans up to $75,000 for relief, and then expansion and recovery loans up to $250,000. We're currently working with a number of partners to continue providing access to capital for the small business community. We're in transition at this stage and working toward applying to the U.S. Department of the Treasury to become a community development financial institution. We hope to get our application in once the blackout period ends at the end of April of this year. In addition to that, we've recently launched the African American Cannabis Initiative. As many of you may know, there's a licensing process that one must go through in order to participate in the various areas of cannabis. We have been able to provide advocacy services and basically help more African American owned businesses get their licensing, and then be able to work with the Cannabis Regulatory Commission to try and make sure that from an equity standpoint, our folks are well represented and protected as it relates to going into business and being able to maintain their equity position. We have the New Jersey Manufacturing Employment Program, which is another upskill tool, working with an organization that we've partnered with to help put people in a better place economically with regard to training for employment. We have a pro bono alliance program that we put together with one of our members that is a law firm. And with that particular program, you do need to be a member of the chamber. That's offers pro bono legal services for companies that are $500,000 or less in revenue. Then we have the Mobile Academy, which is another upskilling opportunity, a little different from the Training and Development Institute in that one is really set up to take the training wherever it needs to be across the state. We have 2 vehicles that we utilize for that purpose, so we can take training to, churches and schools and community centers and different organizations around the state that we partner with to make training available for different folks. We also are a participant and have a partnership program for re-entry. And the re-entry program basically is an entrepreneurial program that really trains returning citizens, really helping them to be in a better place in terms of being able to start their own business if they can't find employment. And then with our Training and Development Institute and some other partnerships around re-entry and with some municipalities around the state that we work with, it provides an opportunity for individuals who recently returned to basically be returning to their communities with a building block that can help launch a business. So those folks that participate in that program actually start participating before they are released. So by the time they're released, they have this skill set. This is a program that we basically put together back in 2022, funded in part by Wells Fargo Bank in partnership with the New Jersey Department of Corrections, basically help to underwrite the Returning Citizens Entrepreneurship Training Program. So we're very proud of that. And we've had about 225 participants go through that program at 3 different locations. And we just recently launched a cohort at one of the women's prisons in the state to bring women on board with that same process. We also offer customized training where we can work with corporations, municipalities, where they may have employees that need to be upskilled in terms of how they handle customer service, critical thinking, and their ability to be able to work better with the public. Then there's the First Book program, which is a program we've been involved with for a number of years, where we bring the joy of reading to elementary school students. I think we're somewhere around 400,000 or so books that have been distributed across the state to young people with our partners that are involved in that particular process. And not on the slide, there's another program, which is the I Am Youth Leadership Program, where we work with young people to provide them with steps to attaining leadership, team building, ethics, and we work with different municipalities through the school boards to basically be able to implement and execute that. The Youth Leadership Program also provides public speaking and effective communication skills, job readiness, banking and financial literacy, entrepreneurship basics, career day with government and corporate representatives, a field trip to New Jersey Corporation, followed by an overview of career opportunities and executive dialogue and mentorship. And we also have a New Jersey Kids for Coding, which is a program to help address the educational and technological disparities with underserved children across the state. That was launched with the African American Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey, along with New Jersey Kids for Coding. And that program teaches school-aged children ages 6 to 13 years old the basics of coding, game design, and how they can impact their lives, including potential career opportunities using technology. There's also a Small Business Academy, which is a 10-week program for entrepreneurs that includes 9 workshops and 1 roundtable elevator pitch session. Workshops include the ABCs of starting a small business, writing a business plan, QuickBooks, goal setting, marketing your business, the 5 C's of credit and access to capital, accounting do's and don'ts and taxes, networking 101, excellent customer service, and how to obtain your minority business and women minority business enterprise certifications. On an additional program on the financial literacy front, we have a program that we launched in 2021 that is the Village Program, which addresses financial disparities that New Jersey's underserved families face. This is an 8-week program that targets the entire household by engaging all family members and teaching them the fundamentals of fiscal literacy and responsibility, job readiness, job placement, to better position them for growth and prosperity. So, Christian, that's kind of it in a nutshell, and I'll certainly stick around for any questions that folks may have. And as I said in the beginning, the program information, we have a lot of this that's on our website, and folks can access that. They can also access various team members within the chamber that cover some of these specific areas on behalf of the chamber.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, we have some time here. We're going to go ahead and get into Q&A. So I'm going to go ahead and read some questions out to you. But for everyone else, please put your questions into the Q&A box. Anything that has to do with small business is good here. All right. So what is the Chamber's website?
The website is www.AACCNJ.com.
Perfect. Now, if you can just give me one moment. I'm not seeing in the Q&A, but I'm seeing in the chat. So, and there is a few things to sift through here. So just bear with me.
While you're looking through that, Christian, I'd just like to give a couple of shout outs. I see that there's Jim Chambers from Mercer County is on the call. I know you had in the news updates about program with Mercer County for the grant program that they recently launched. We're also Mercer County is also one of our partners, and we're looking to put together another access to capital program in collaboration with them as well. And so a lot of great things happening across the state between the County of Mercer, New Jersey Redevelopment Authority, New Jersey Economic Development Authority. And I would encourage those who are on the call that those websites should be readily accessible for them. And they should check those websites on a regular basis just to see what's going on in the County of Mercer, in the state of New Jersey with regard to grants, programs, other access to capital opportunities that our partners may also be offering.
I suggest, in addition to that, I suggest they sign up for their newsletters. EDA has a newsletter, the New Jersey Business Action Center has a newsletter. Sign up for the newsletters and you'll get all those announcements about available funds, active programs, and programs that are coming down the pike.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks, Anthony.
Yep.
For sure, for sure.
Your
And if you
business,
can, come back on, Anthony, by the way.
NJBAC is also one of our partners, and they offer a wealth of information and resources for the small business community as well.
Yep. We've all been buddies for a long time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So I'm seeing some questions coming in, so this is good. Thank you, everyone. So I have a question here from Dawn. How can you apply for the 10-week program that you just mentioned? So this was just a little bit ago.
Yeah, this is that particular program, that cohort is one that we basically are doing for members of the chamber. So we have some other programs that are business support services that are open to the general public. That particular program, at least right now, because it started out as a pilot, we're looking to grow and expand that from a capacity standpoint. As we get more resources for that, we'll be able to open up those sorts of programs more broadly.
Great, great. So the 10-week program is for chamber members. So how can someone become a member?
So you can go to our website and click on the membership portal. And it's a very simple process to become a member. Fill out the information there, make the payment based on the level of membership you qualify for based on revenue and size and a host of other things. If you're a community-based organization or nonprofit, there's a specific fee for the nonprofit community. And then once you do that, you'll be able to set up a member appointment to basically be onboarded by our member relations team. And in that process, what we basically do is we spend some time with new members in the beginning to get some understanding of what their goals and objectives are. And so we can best gauge and set a roadmap for helping them succeed with what their objectives are for their business.
Perfect, perfect. So I have a question here from Brittany. She asks, how do we get in touch with someone for ESBI, the expansion and recovery loans?
We have a dedicated info site for that. You can go to info ESBI or ESBI at AACCNJ.com. That'll get one of our community development officers will get that information and then be able to reach out to you. We also have a digital intake process where you basically complete some information, sharing with us what it is you're looking for, how much money you're looking to borrow, some information about your business, your revenue, how long you've been in business. And what we have right now is, because we're in transition to becoming a community development financial institution ourselves, we're continuing to do our lending through our partnership arrangements. So we have a partner with New Jersey Community Capital. We have about 35 banks that are members of the chamber. We refer out different deals based on what our analysis is when we take a look at what the prospective borrower is looking for. And then based on that, we determine who we can refer those deals to in the interim until we become a designated community development financial institution ourselves.
Great. Can you repeat the website? I'm going to go ahead and type it into the chat.
Oh, sure. Website is www.AACCNJ.com.
Okay, that was for the ESBI
Yeah,
expansion and recovery loans.
If you go to our website, www.AACCNJ.com, from there, you can access all of our programs. And from that, and from our website, you can also access individual team members that might focus in some area based on the scope of the business that we're doing. So we have the community development officers, the staff of about 17, 18 people now. All those folks are accessible from our website.
Perfect. I have a question from Khalif. He asks, I would like to know, is there an opportunity for us to bid on Mercer County jail items?
Is he talking about the reentry program? And he offers, I'm assuming if it's reentry, we can certainly have that conversation. If he's a service provider and he's looking for contracts with Mercer County, we can certainly have that conversation as well.
Okay.
And
Khalif,
we also and we can also have the conversation with him as to whether or not he's already bonded. If he is not bonded, he may want to sign up for one of our upcoming bond readiness classes, because in order to bid on public contracts over a certain dollar amount, you have to be bonded.
Yeah, he just added some context. He is bonded.
Okay. So if he's bonded, what I would suggest is that he go to the website for the county directly and look and see what opportunities there may be for RFPs for the county. And if he has any issue or challenges with that, he can contact me directly, and I can point him in the right direction if he's having trouble accessing where he needs to go for that opportunity.
Perfect. So you heard that here, Khalif. Reach out to your to Mercer County directly, and if you need any help, we actually got a link there.
Also, James
thank
Chambers.
you, James.
Yeah, James is on the call, and he's with the county. He just put in the chat direct link for purchasing for the county. Thanks a lot, James.
Perfect. All right. Darian asks, any grants available for transportation companies?
Off the top of my head, I couldn't say for sure, but I would recommend that he visit the website for New Jersey Economic Development Authority. A lot of times they have grants, and they have grants that are specific to specific industries. So if there's a grant available for the transportation industry at the moment through New Jersey Economic Development Authority, it will be there. I see Erica
Great.
Bell is on the call from Hudson County, and she has also put in the chat the purchasing area where you can access opportunities for contracts and doing business with the county of Hudson.
Perfect. We have all the county superpowers here.
Absolutely.
I need all you guys to email
You had
me.
a question. I'm sorry. Can we go back to the last question?
Go ahead.
What was it about? A DOT grant? They can go directly to the New Jersey Department of Transportation to their website and look for grants there. Also, are they registered with NJ Start, with the New Jersey Division of Purchase and Property? They should register with NJ Start so that they can, find out about those opportunities, those vendor opportunities.
Oh, perfect. What was that first website you mentioned?
The Jersey Department of Transportation, wasn't it? An inquiry about the New Jersey Department of Transportation grants?
Yes. Yeah.
And they should
Grants in
also
general for
register.
transportation companies.
Yeah,
And they
grants.
should also
Yeah, it was
Right.
grants in general, but all the municipalities, the state governmental agencies, certainly all have their own individual websites with a ton of information. Fortunately, we have some folks on the call who are putting in the chat the various opportunities for bidding and grants and a host of things. So visit the chat and pull off any information that comes up while we're chatting here today as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
All right,
NJ
so-
Dot and NJ Start.
NJ Start.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for those folks who may not be familiar with that, NJ Start is sort of the foundation that you need in terms of just accessing the resources and information for the state for various contracts throughout the state and a number of municipalities and county governments. So a lot of the information that you need in terms of access to what's out there and what's possible for your business, you can gain through being registered through NJ Start.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Rowena asks, how can I provide books to the book program?
What I'd recommend you do for that are these, can you ask, are they new books or used books, or what are they providing?
Rowena, if you can add some context, you could put it in the chat or okay, new books.
New books, okay.
Yeah.
What I would say is that contact the chamber office at 609-571-1620, and we can arrange to have a conversation and perhaps have some logistics established so that we can take care of that.
Perfect. All right. Uzandu asks, is this webinar for those new to business or of small experience?
Could be a number of
gonna
businesses.
say-
I would say
Yeah.
at the chamber, we work with businesses of all sizes. So we have small businesses that are just starting out. We have single member LLCs, small single member corporations, sole proprietorships. We also have, $1 million companies across industries, multi-million and billion-dollar companies across industries. So we have services that we provide at all of those levels. I was on a call recently with a multi-billion dollar bank. When we get involved with members, whether they're large or small, we have a philosophy of mutual value for mutual benefit. So we're able to support businesses of all different sizes, depending on where they are and what their needs are.
I think for the most part, all of us work with businesses in all stages of their business.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that includes NJSBDC. We help whether you're starting a business, growing a business. We all
Exit
have
strategy.
exactly. You want to get out of a business? Yep.
Retiring. Let's not say get out of business.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I thought.
We encourage you to start with the end in mind, Anthony.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. So we have Anonymous asks, who should I contact in regards to seeking funding for opening first retail store?
If that's a business that's a brand new business, there are not a lot of lenders that are making loans to startups. What I would recommend is that they look into avenues for equity capital. If that's the position, if they're in business and already have existing stores, existing collateral, existing revenue stream that they're able to utilize as leverage to borrow money for the next store, then that's a different conversation. We can certainly help them with that. We can point them in the right direction with one of our loan partners that would be happy to sit down with them.
Yeah, for sure. There's tons of options when it comes to funding. Sometimes you have to get creative. So whether it's the African American Chamber of Commerce or the NJSBDC or NJBAC, you're going to find resources or someone to talk to live one-on-one that would better direct you in your specific situation. You know, sometimes these webinars are a little bit more general information for everyone,
Right.
but getting one-on-one is still no cost. So, you know, it's to your benefit to register with one of our organizations and get on a one-on-one is my recommendation. All right. Keto asks, can you elaborate on the Pro Bono Alliance, please?
Yeah, the Pro Bono Alliance is a program that we started with one of the law firms that we're connected to, and they provide legal services for member organizations that have $500,000 or less in annual revenue. And the legal services that they provide is across a fairly large scope, dealing with various things, business contracts, leases, and you know, different things that a business might need to speak to a law firm about.
Don asks, how can you apply for the Small Business Academy?
The Small Business Academy, what I would suggest is that you visit our website and go to the area that's specific to the academy and place your inquiry there directly.
Anonymous asks, does the chamber have any program for African American veterans?
Well, the African American Chamber of Commerce supports the African American community. So if you're an African American veteran, you're certainly you know, part of our constituent group.
Beautiful. And also, if you're a veteran, we are actually part of an event together with Rutgers University and I believe the Veteran Chamber of Commerce. And that's going to be on, I might get this wrong, but February 17th, but email me directly. I'm going to put my email in the chat. You can email me directly for questions on that, and I'll send you an invitation to the event. Question from Brittany. Who do we get in touch with for the Coding for Kids? I'm interested in bringing it down here. Where are these programs currently being launched? I'm in Atlantic County, and we seem to get everything last.
Okay.
Sorry
Well,
about that, Brittany.
Yeah. No, what I would say for that is you can shoot me an email. I'll get it to the right party, and that's pwoolfolk at AACCNJ.com.
Typing in my email for the last question here in the chat. So if anyone has any questions on anything related to NJSBDC or events, you can reach out to me. Next question here from Pauline. Is access to capital limited to nonprofit organizations?
No, access to capital is open to both the nonprofit world and also the small business community. Our focus is primarily on the small business community, but as I said in the outset, we have a number of partners between member banks, between other micro lenders and other lenders in the CDFI space, and so we can certainly you know, point someone in the right direction if it's not something specific that we do ourselves.
Also, EDA has the Small Business Fund for nonprofits.
NJEDA Small Business Fund.
Yeah. Carla's on the chat. Reach out to Carla Morrison.
Oh, is she on the
Carla,
chat, Anthony?
Yes, she is.
Okay, good. Yeah, a number of
Great,
our
yeah.
partners and friends around the state are on the call. So you, if you have questions, please do put them in the chat. And there's probably actually someone on the call that might be able to answer a very specific question if one comes up that I can't answer.
We also have some of our CDFI microlender partners on the chat as well. Barbara Gardenshire Mills is on the call too from CBAC.
Yeah, CBAC's on the call.
Yeah.
How you doing there, Barbara?
Absolutely. Great.
Got a
Thumbs
thumbs up
up,
from Barbara.
Barbara. Doing swell. John Blackstock is here. How you doing, John?
SBA. Hi, John.
All the gang's here.
Perfect.
How's it looking
All
for
right.
additional questions, Christian?
Oh, we have plenty. Do you have time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we still have
Perfect,
time on the call.
Okay. Yeah, we have 13 right now, I see, and then whatever's left in the chat. All right, so Stephanie asks, can you find an accountant or lawyer referrals through you guys?
Yes, we have a number of members that are on the accounting side. I see someone that provides QuickBooks services. Someone I've used personally is also on this call. I think Adrienne Dove is there. Maybe she can put her information in the chat, and folks will be able to reach her directly. She's a member of the chamber and very, very proficient in what she does with regard to accounting, bookkeeping, QuickBooks, and helping folks manage that resource. She's just said hello, so I see she is still on the call.
Perfect. Feel free to put your information, everyone, in the chat. Whoever wants to make it publicly available, just keep in mind, we have about 140 people that will see your contact info. All right. Debbie asks, does it cost to be a member of the chamber? And I think you answered that a little earlier.
Oh, yes, there is a membership investment for being a member in the chamber. You know, it's like with any other organization that's membership based. If you visit our website and take a look at, you know, where you are economically, what your revenues are, what size of your business, number of employees, whether or not you're New Jersey based and New Jersey only, whether or not you're multi-state business, those various pieces of the puzzle will determine what your annual membership investment is.
Beautiful. Yeah, you can't talk to Lamborghini owners if you don't buy a Lamborghini, right? So that's why I have 3.
Good for you. I was
Just in
riding
case.
behind one the other day, and I can tell you they get from 75 to 120 a lot quicker than my car.
They definitely do.
He disappeared.
They're quick.
What are you doing at the SBDC?
No, totally just kidding. So, there are no 3 Lambos.
So that was not you in front of me on the highway last week.
I wish, trust me. If there's any law enforcement here, that wasn't me. All right, so here Stephanie asks, okay, this is sort of the same question here, how you can become a member. So you'd basically go to the site, right, Phillip?
Right, if you go to our website, AACCNJ.com, there's a drop down for membership, and you can complete your membership information, make your investment, and become a member on the spot. And then you set up a meeting with our membership relations department, and they'll help onboard you and help you to maximize your investment in membership.
Perfect. Sharon asks 2 questions. So we answered the membership part, Sharon. If you're still here, you just heard that. But for access to grant funding, talked a little bit about that, but can you reiterate where we can find grant funding?
Oh, sure. And I think Anthony also elaborated a little bit on that. There are a number of
And
opportunities.
I'm sorry, and let me add, sorry
Mhm.
to interrupt, but maybe I should add, just in case there's a specific grant. It says that she is an MWDV who has a business in New Jersey, does not have a brick and mortar facility, and is a board certified family nurse practitioner, and business is ran out of the home.
Okay, all right.
for
Well,
context.
yeah, I still think that basically she should take a look at the grant parameters of the various grants that are out there. Certainly the New Jersey Economic Development Authority is a good spot to start. But there are also a number of other departments and other state agencies and municipal governments that from time to time have grant opportunities. And so you really need to do some digging with regard to whatever the area is that you're focused on, and ascertain whether or not there's grant capital out there for you. The other thing I would say to folks that are looking for grant capital is sometimes even when those dollars are available, those dollars can sometimes be fairly limited and go fairly quickly in terms of the number of folks that are out looking for grants. So you also want to, if you're in business, really develop the mindset that, you know, it's okay if you can get a grant, and certainly anyone in business certainly want to take advantage of any free resources that are out there. But at the same time, if you're looking to grow and expand your business, at some point, you're going to need to look at borrowing money. And sometimes that might be an easier proposition, depending on how quickly you need resources, that you may be able to borrow the money quicker than waiting for the grant opportunity.
Perfect. And I just saw Claudia Yarborough. She put the link to grants.gov in the chat. A lot of great info there, a lot of contracting opportunities there as well, I believe.
Right.
Renee asks, is the AA Cannabis Initiative federal, national, or local? And does it help with all aspects of the industry, i.e. startup ideas in the industry, et cetera?
Yeah, it is pretty much a statewide, it's a division of the African American Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey. We have a committee of folks who have a lot of expertise in the cannabis space. And so once you're and that's a membership focused opportunity there. So, you know, folks are supported by the folks that have the expertise in the cannabis area as once they become members of the chamber.
Let me just take a quick look at time. All right, we have about 8 minutes. All right, next question is from Alicia. She asks, are there legal resources that you can provide available specifically to support minority-owned businesses?
Well, we don't offer any free legal support services other than the pro bono services, which, as I mentioned, is for members of the chamber, and it's for members of the chamber who are $500,000 or less in revenue. And I have to say, I've had some conversations with members who have taken advantage of this opportunity, and a number of them have indicated that the level of expertise and support they've received on a pro bono basis far exceeded their investment in membership. So if someone's out there looking for some type of legal services or legal support or consultation for contracts, leases, different kinds of things outside of litigation, I would say that an investment in membership in the chamber will be a lot less than what it would potentially cost you for those legal services.
Angela asks, my business provides outsourced admin services. Would it be beneficial for us to go through the bond readiness program? / do you know if there are opportunities for this type of services that are outsourced by government entities?
Mm-hmm. Depends on the agency. You know, there's a lot of agencies across the state that use a lot of different services in terms of professional services. I would say that given the area of focus that she mentions, that there's certainly a number of folks within the chamber that could probably utilize those services, and we do pride ourselves in referring to members of the chamber. So if that's a service that she offers, there are a number of folks that could probably utilize that service. And one of the reasons I say that is because we've had a lot of conversations with various businesses and members of the chamber to really get them to understand that in order for them to really grow and scale their business, they have to get to a point where they can spend more time working on their business as opposed to being the vice president of everything and doing everything for their business. And once you can make that transition, you'll find that you can scale your business and you can increase and improve your revenues when you're not doing everything. So for someone that's providing services that are related to administrative support and some of those things that a business owner might be able to remove from their plate, they'll find that they can be a lot more profitable when they're not doing 100% of some of those tasks that could be passed to someone else.
For sure. Outsource, delegate, automate, focus on what you know what to do, what you're the expert in your business.
Absolutely.
That would probably be the first step.
Absolutely. That's where the profits come from. Otherwise, you hit that financial ceiling and it's difficult for you to grow beyond that economically because your time is you can't get any more hours in the day.
Yep. The only thing we can't make more of.
Right.
All right. So Joy asks, or she says, thank you for this webinar. Thank you for joining.
Very, very welcome. Thanks for being here, Joy.
Yep. She says, I'm starting up an employment agency and in need of information for securing a surety bond insurance.
Yeah, we have folks in the insurance business that could probably help her with that. She can shoot me a message and I'll see if I can make an introduction.
Great. So for you, Joy, Philip's information is on the screen, so you can go ahead and send him an email there. Brian Stokes asks, how do I get my program accredited through the state to be able to bid?
That's not a question I can really answer. I think that's a question for a specific state agency whoever he's looking to work with on that. I'm not sure if Anthony at New Jersey Business Assistance Corp, has an answer for that. If that's something they can consult with.
He's looking to find out how to get accredited.
Yes.
If you go to the NJ Start, I don't know what kind of accreditation. Is it a school? I'm at a loss. I would recommend he contact, if you go to NJ Start's website, there is a phone number to call to ask them. And there's also email addresses that you can send your inquiries to. And if you reach out to me, I can look further into it. And if you reach out to me on the chat or, via my email.
Perfect. So
but I think
Brian, you heard it here.
I haven't heard of that. I haven't come across anything like that, but we would certainly look into it. I'm of the mind, if I don't know, I'll find out. I'll ask and find out.
Awesome. So Brian, you can reach out to Anthony Martinez.
You go to business.nj.gov, do the live chat, or the 1-800-JERSEY-7 number and ask to speak with me. But right now, it's best for him to reach out to me on the chat. Go to business.nj.gov, the live chat, and just put Anthony in the chat and I'll respond.
Perfect.
And just as we're wrapping up, Christian, any folks who have questions that we haven't gotten to, or either in the Q&A or in the chat, can feel free to shoot me an email and I'll do my best over the next couple of days to get back to them.
Awesome. Great. Yeah, I'm just seeing that we have about, well, now it's 1 minute off. So, so any questions that we might have left unanswered, please, the contact information for Philip is on the screen right now, pwoolfolk@AACCNJ.com. Go ahead and email him any other questions you might have. If it has to do with anything small business, just in general, we could also support that, NJSBDC.com. And again, the 1-800 number. Can you repeat that for us, Anthony?
Business.nj.gov, the live chat, business.nj.gov,
Yep.
and our 1-800 Jersey 7 number.
1-800
I'm on the live chat right
Jersey
now.
7. Perfect.
So anyone that has any questions, they can ask me over the chat. I'm on that chat right now as we speak.
Perfect.
I'm
Perfect.
answering
So
chats.
I want to thank everyone for joining. Let me go ahead and get back to this screen here. And so for everyone still on the call here, for next week, part of our exporting series is the third or fourth part to this series. It's going to be about licensing and compliance for small businesses with David Noah, President of Shipping Solutions. So if you are interested, if you're curious about this webinar, go ahead and scan the QR code now to register for that. Another no-cost event brought to you by NJThrives.
I think Bill Spears from our Office of Export Promotions is going to be on that as well.
Yeah, he's definitely been on some of them already.
Yeah.
William, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty much it, everyone. We are the NJSBDC. We've helped over 15,000 plus small businesses grow. We have no-cost small business consulting, training, and events starting at $0, and exclusive small business resources. You're seeing all these resources. They're all at no cost. There is no reason to not register or get in contact with one of us to help grow your business. So to get started, go ahead to njsbdc.com, or you can go ahead and scan the QR code on the screen here. But that's it for us. Remember, there's a survey, by the way, after this. So to get access to this entire recording and the webinar slides, go ahead and fill out that 3-minute survey for us. Let us know how we're doing. And now that's it. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Anthony, and everyone else in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for contributing. And I'll see everyone next week.
Thanks for having us. Bye now.
Bye, everyone.